And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races here at Laurel Park, sponsored by Fidelity First. Our friends Dan Eubank and everybody else there at Fidelity First, sponsoring our early handicapping show here at Laurel Park as we get you ready for a Sunday fun day here at Laurel Park. Couple nice carryovers, Rainbow Pick 6, a little over 6,900, a little over 6,600 in that late pick 5. We have some nice races, but real quick, let's touch on yesterday. We had 4 stakes and all stakes. Late pick 4 here yesterday, some great racing here. The handle was huge, up I believe around 700,000 up over last year. So big day here yesterday. We had the $10,000 giving tree. Everybody came out to get their Christmas presents too, and calendars.
Blowout wins yesterday. Just Jack, Lovable Lady, and Great Bulls of Fire. They were loving the cold weather, I can tell you that. There were some emphatic wins by those horses.
And speaking of the cold weather, you're wondering what my wardrobe here today. Well, you know, it's the first snowfall of the winter, so everybody knows all good handicappers wear a hoodie for snowfall of the winter, right?
I'm glad you got the Preakness on there.
Yeah,
we're thinking of trying to get some warm thoughts in our mind.
Not just any Preakness sweatshirt. It's the 2014 Preakness sweatshirt, of course. That's the year California Chrome won, and California Chrome getting ready for that $12 million Pegasus World Cup coming up January down there at Gulfstream. So that's the reason for the hoodie. Get that cord behind me there. But let's take a look at a replay from yesterday. Hammy Smith, he wasn't feeling too well, but 2 wins yesterday with Just Jack and Great Bulls of Fire. And here's a win for trainer Mary Epler, our leading trainer. What a very impressive blowout win this was from Lovable Lady.
Yeah, Caramanos, he said just go ahead and let the favorite go. Hot City Girl, she was down inside, and Lovable Lady, this was just, off the charts wins for her. I don't think she's run anything close to this numbers-wise on her page. Obviously, like to turn back in distance. She wasn't as ranked. She settled a lot better to the outside, was in the better part of the track. But, man, she was like just a skosh off of the boys for the same distance. So, and, big win.
Her 5th win here at Laurel Park, her 3rd stakes win here this year. And Caramanos in the winner's circle kind of saying it was a revenge race. She didn't run too well in the Geisha, but leading trainer Mary Epler had her ready to roll yesterday. The Maryland-bred Lovable Lady, just a very impressive win in the Willow on the Move. Mary Epler, a nice interview in the winner's circle asking about being leading trainer, and gave a lot of credit and compliment to her barn. Never won a trainer's title here at Laurel Park, but she's atop the training standards right now. She's got a couple in today I like as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's been around a long time, and she's trained some really good horses, put a lot of hard work in, has, kind of taught some people under her that have gone on to train and done very well in their own right.
Jackie Savoy, new trainer at Maryland Farm.
Yeah, so, you got to give a lot of credit to that. They've just been a part of this whole fabric for a long, long time, and it's good to see that. And it was a real Maryland flavor yesterday with Hammy Smith and even Bernie Houghton for all those races.
Crab cakes, talk about Maryland flavor. So a big day yesterday. We had 4 stake races, huge handle, and we're looking forward to a big day today as well. 2 carryovers, Rainbow Pick 6 and the late Pick 5, a bunch of other stuff going on as well. We still have the racing coming to you live from down there, Hippodromo Camarero down there in Puerto Rico. First race post time 12:15, so catch the action today down there from Puerto Rico at a Hippodromo Camarero. Some good stuff in the future coming from down there. Maybe some partnerships down the road with the racing in Puerto Rico and Gulfstream. So keep your eye on that. First race post time for Hippodromo Camarero from Puerto Rico today is 12:15. Let's take a look at all the other stuff going on right here at Laurel Park. The $2,500 fantasy football Pick 7. You have to enter before the 1 o'clock games. They're based on the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. It's essentially a Pick 7 like a horse racing bet, but you're picking a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and then your defense special teams pick. $2,500 in the pool. You get an entry voucher by buying a racing program or a racing form, and you get a free entry voucher. You enter up there on the new 2nd floor of the clubhouse, the sports bar up there. That's the place to hang out and watch all the NFL games up there today. Every game, every Sunday up there at the new sports bar. You can watch all the races and the football games up there.
It's a good combination, a good daily double. You can't miss. And I have yet to look at the the sheet to see who's all the quarterbacks and the running backs and the like. So I've got to hustle up and get my ticket.
All right, $2,500 on the line. I believe last Sunday there was 2 winners. It was 4 out of 7 was the winning combination for the Pick 7 fantasy football. So 2 winners split up to $2,500. Not too early. Great Christmas present. That's right. Preakness tickets. They make a good, great Christmas present. Stocking stuffer. Not too early to start thinking about next year's 142nd running of the Preakness Stakes. Last year, all the seats sold out. So purchase your tickets today. Go online, Preakness.com, to learn about all the information and seating options for the 142nd Preakness, second jewel of the Triple Crown, always the 3rd Saturday in May. Mark your calendars now. Let's get right to it. Great day of horse racing today. There'll be no Super High Five carryover starting, and no Super High Five in the 1st or 2nd race. That'll start today in the 3rd race, but a couple nice carryovers. Rainbow Pick 6, just a skosh shy of 7,000. That'll start race 4. Then the late Pick 5 with that low 12% takeout, a little over 6,600. I know you have a ticket for the late Pick 5.
We got a late ticket there for the late Pick 5. Yesterday had an early Pick 4. We got it started with a good price.
We did,
and couldn't connect from there. So hopefully somebody had a couple bucks on that Michael Gorham horse that paid about $30.
How about the Michael Gorham barn heating up this weekend with a nice price winner yesterday.
Yes.
So it's a little gray out today, a little chilly in the 30s, a little overcast. We'll be on the main track. No more turf racing this winter. Be a fast track. How do you think the main track was playing yesterday?
Saw a little revert back to form with the outside again. So once again, watch the first couple of races. I don't think we can make a distinct decision right after the first race. Watch a couple races and then maybe adjust accordingly. But yeah, definitely a reversion yesterday to back kind of what it was playing for the last month.
All right, well, let's get right to it. Sunday brunch heating up there as well, and Tips and Tycoons in the Garden Terrace. And let's get right to it here in the opener. No Super High Five here in the opener, but race 1 kicks off the early Pick 5. Both Pick 5s here at Laurel Park, your best bet. They both have an industry low, 12% takeout. Nice carryover in the late Pick 5 today. The early Pick 5's a mandatory payout, low 12% takeout. I have an affordable $48 play here for the early Pick 5. Let's take a look here. Starting in race 1, I'll go 4 deep here in the opener using the 1, 2, 5, 7. I'll go 4 deep again there in race 2, and I'll use a key horse in the old-fashioned open nickel. Filly Mare is going a mile. Race 3, I'll key on the 6 Con G for trainer Scott Lake, Julian Pimentel aboard. Then I'll go 3 deep in race 4, going 2 deep there in race 5. That's an open 75 claimer going a mile. Couple nice open claimers today here at Laurel Park. So let's take a look here at the opener. Beaten nickel for Filly Mares. Haven't won a race in 6 months, 6 furlongs on the main track. Big class relief, I think, today for the 2, Knack, a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. Let's take a look at a race for Knack last January of this year. This was starting off 2016, and this was a very nice claim for trainer Kieran McGee. They claimed her back in 2015, I believe. And this is her coming up the rail. She wins an A other than allowance race this day back in January this year. Horse that she beaten here, She's Hot Wired, came back to win. So this was a nice win. She won a couple nice starter allowance races this summer at Delaware. She got put up a nice starter allowance race here at Laurel as well. They made almost $70,000 with her this year. They made money with her last year. Very nice claim. So no concerns with me about dropping down to the nickel. They're just trying to get her to a winnable level. She ran decent last out on the turf. Now no more turf. So they're putting her in a very nice, comfy beaten nickel spot today.
Yeah, turf to dirt. They've had a nice run with Knack, and She's Hot Wired. You saw in that video. She ran yesterday, right? Wasn't she in the Willet?
Yeah,
on the move,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. She's held a form. 40% almost for Kieran on a positive ROI from turf to dirt, dropping, taking every angle. She's tried the routes on the dirt a couple times. I don't think that's really her game. Seems like a one-run sprinter. Interesting thing, though. I like the higher price Kieran in here. I think she has maybe a tactical advantage. I'm going to toss the last. Caught in between horses early. She needed her last race. She loves Laurel. 7 for 16 at the distance. I think she's going to be forward a long way in here towards the outside.
Yeah, honest 7-year-old mare, 7-time winner here at Laurel Park, bred and owned by Henry S. Clark III, of course, the son of the Hall of Famer Henry S. Clark around here. So I like the 7 longer price horse of a trainer that has 2 in the race, so you always go with the longer price. So I like your angle there, 8-1. I'll use the 7 in my top 3. I'll throw the 1 in there. I just want to win. Lightly raced this year, but should improve today. Second off the layoff. A good second in the comeback race last out for Pat McGill.
Yeah, caught a tough horse there. Fortuitous was dropping down from open company into a condition race and just was too much. And this horse had early trouble, got to the outside. The extra ground is going to help. I just want to win.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4 this afternoon. It's a maiden claiming 16,000 for 2-year-olds going a flat mile here. And a few scratches in here. No Super High Five in the second. Yeah. Scratch the 5 Valley Cow. In the 6, Chief Tarhee. I'll go with the 3 on top, Resident Scholar. Jevion Toledo, leading rider, takes a call here again for trainer Ferris Allen. A good second last out. Came, a little wide around the far turn, but then got to paying attention a little bit in the stretch. And a decent second at this level. First time dropping down to this level, going turf to dirt. So I think in good form right now. You get the leading rider, Jevion Toledo. This horse is well meant today at this level.
Going to be an awfully short price, Stan. I don't know if you want to take that on a lower percentage guy. He's not really heating it up as of yet. Bridge Builder was a Dale Capuano horse stretching out that we liked that day. Resident Scholar, it certainly is the one to beat. A lot of these horses with little to no experience showed a little life. You've got a Ghost Sapper they paid $18,000 for. I don't know. I probably will win the race. I got to take a shot with a little bit of a price. Horseshoe Harbor is a fool to a horse by the horse we've seen around here, Bronze Bull, who's run okay going long. Got to win, I believe, going long on the grass. Take a flyer. Showed a little bit of late life at 4.5 on the dirt at Pimlico. Needed the last on the turf. Stretches out. Just trying a higher price to try to beat the favorite. This horse, the 3 will probably be 4 to 5 when it's all said and done.
You're probably right. Yeah. I actually heard some good things about how the 2 Horseshoe Harbor's training. So I have that one in my top 4. Good 12 to 1 price you have there on top to kick off the early pick 4. You had a nice Mikey G price to kick off the early pick 4 yesterday. So good luck doing it again here today. We both like the 1 a little bit here. Tough inside post. But well-bred first-time starter from the Donnie Barr barn, trains right here at Laurel Park, so he doesn't have to ship for the debut. He's by a leading sire, Jump Start, Katie Davis aboard. Tough inside post, though, for the debut assignment.
Yeah, but a shorter field should have plenty, time to get out and get around if it needs to. A half-sister, 3-year-old half-sister was 1 for 6, but that was sprinting. Everything on the bottom side with the Merci sprint-wise for me. Tab the Toad on the One's Lens Magic, but we've seen Donnie Barr hit before with these maiden claimers first time right out of the box. As fit for Franny Abbott did a good race yesterday. That first 3 stand out. A game third, had the lead, just kind of wilted a little bit late by English Channel. Distance shouldn't be an issue, but the mile is tough to get first time out.
Been working well up there at Fair Hill, including a couple bullet works up there at Fair Hill. Trez Abbott, he's won before with some debut runners, so we both like the 8 there. Let's turn the page. Nice old-fashioned wide open nickel here. Filly Mares 3 and up, going a flat mile on the main track here for race 3, and I'll go with the Scott Lake horse that appears to be in good form. Kanji, she's won 2 of her last 3. She's a 2-time winner at this 1-mile distance. So you get Julian Pimentel aboard. She just won an open nickel at Penn National, going 3/4, coming from off the pace. So, and now she gets back to a distance where she's had a lot of success at.
Yeah, they reached in and grabbed this horse for $10,000. Thought they might have something. Boom, right to the nickel. It didn't pan out. I think the horse needed that race. Catches a softer spot. I'm going to play the 2 horses that come out of that open nickel race at Penn National. Keelan Harlington Romance, the 2, and the 6, Kanji, who may have the jump on the 2 around the turn. Looks like the speed in here, unless Intrepid Alex carries that speed from the turf to the dirt course.
Intrepid Alex, filly I've liked for a while. She's mostly been a turf runner. Now gets to the dirt here by a Fleet Alex. The Dam, she was all turf. What do you make of this here? Fergal Lynch aboard for Gary Capuano. The barn, turf to dirt, 30% with a nice positive ROI.
Yeah, you see that, and you've got to respect it. You got to respect how the barn's going. This is a soft open nickel, so it could be a good spot for Intrepid Alex to make the transition back to the dirt. Has only tried it a few times. Cracking good pins, might be the best stayer of the whole field. Just kind of a grinding type. Got back on form of her last 2 races with a win on the dirt. She's 1 for 1 on the dirt. It wasn't a fast race today. She's going to have to step up a little bit off of that one lone dirt win.
In the barn, Ricky Stillman with a good win the other day, and I'll throw the 8 in there, Sliding Lady. Trevor McCarthy, good rally last out. Going 7 furlongs to get up for a second. Has won at this distance 2 times. You get a good 10 to 1 price there with McCarthy aboard. Let's get a commercial break. When we come back, 2 nice carryovers in the latter part of today's card. Almost 7,000 in the Rainbow Pick 6. That'll start race 4. And then the late Pick 5 today with that low 12% takeout. A little over 6,600. Late Pick 5 starts in race 5. We'll start with those when we come back.
The all-new Laurel Park is beyond your expectations. Feel the anticipation.
This long shot
Witness the speed. Experience the thrill.
Welcome back today at the races here at Laurel Park, sponsored by Fidelity First. Two nice carryovers for Sunday Fun Day here, including also the Fantasy Football Pick 7 2,500 in that. Make sure you enter before the 1 o'clock games. Well, let's take a look here at the Pick 6. Almost 7,000 in that Rainbow Pick 6 carryover today. Starts race 4 on our 9-race program. Let's take a look here at my ticket, an affordable $57.60 ticket. I'll go 4 deep here in the opener using the 1, 3, 4, 6 in this tough maiden 40 for 2-year-olds. 6 furlongs on the main track, then just using the 1 in the 4 there in race 5. I really do love the 1. Hey Willie, first off the claim for leading trainer Mary Epler. Then I'll go 3 deep in races 6 and 7. Going 2 deep in race 8. That's a nice Maryland bred allowance feature of the day. I'll use the 5 and the 9 in there. And then going 2 deep in the last race 7 and the 11. $57.60 ticket for me for the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look here at the opener. Maiden 2-year-olds, 40,000, 6 furlongs. I don't like the inside post here for the 1, worth his salt, but I like that debut performance. A good second at Pimlico to Recruiting Ready, who was a monster for Sagamore Farm, and Horacio De Paz would go on and be stakes placed all year long for his 2-year-old year. This horse by Roman Ruler, they gave him the summer off after that debut race. I like that. And so the comeback race, we'll give him an excuse for that race. That was his first race back, a tough inside post like he has today, but he is dropping in for a tag for the first time today, and Toledo stays aboard.
Rightly so. They spent $9,000 for him. He kind of outran his price tag there in the debut. Came back off of a little bit of a layoff and just didn't really fire. Went down on the worst part of the racetrack. By Roman Ruler should be fine. He should be able to kind of navigate its way off the inside. I like the 5 though. Michael John. We've got the scratch of the 7. Crafty Sam. I think all this horse has to do is break. Stan broke a little bit slowly in its debut at Parks. Was towards the inside in the 2 post. You see the second place finisher out of that race. Bellows has come back to run since. This horse showed a nice burst of speed to get to contention, then flatten. Like they've tried this horse twice since, going long, really didn't pan out. I think to turn back in distance, a little drop in for the tag gets the job done for the 5. Michael's John.
And you get the Gabby Gaudet angle, low stud fee there. Stroll stands for $5,000. This one sold for $30,000 down there at the OBS, so it must be a good-looking 2-year-old from the Danny Velasquez barn. I overlooked that one, but you get Julian Pimentel aboard. We both like the 6 a little bit here. Celtic Rulers is from a nice family from the Murrays up there at Murmur Farm in Harford County. Of course, they stand Preakness winner Louis Couture's up there. That's who this first-time starter is by for trainer Timmy Keefe. The barn, Timmy Keefe, a positive ROI with the debut runners. Malcolm Franklin takes the call here today. Some decent works right here at Laurel for the debut.
Late-breaking Lasix on the 6, Celtic Warrior, if you like that angle. Full to Louis the Great, who was 2 for 17, a horse we see still running around here, who did win at 2, so possibly a user in this race. The 4, Look Within. I like Holly Figgins having a good year in Maryland. Steady works, nothing really glaring there, but 2 multiple winning siblings within the family gets Lasix on for the debut. I think this horse could be live right out of the box. The 5, Michael John, those horse breaks, it's going to be tough.
All right, nice maiden 40 for the 2-year-olds to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Should be a good day to play that Pick 6. Almost 7,000 in the carryover. Pulls should be around 15,000, we hope, today, if the handle is as strong as it was yesterday. Another carryover in the late Pick 5, a little over 6,600 for that industry low, 12% takeout, late Pick 5. There's the carryover right there. Keith Fusel has a ticket starting race 5. Here we go.
Yeah, real quick here. It's $64 ticket. I like to keep it a little bit lower. Usually, I just couldn't really sink into any real single stand in the whole sequence. So we're going to go 4 by 2 by 4 by 2 by 2, and nothing really a big price. Hopefully we can string together a couple, maybe 3 or 4 to 1 shots, and connect in the last with a price shot of Annette Eubanks. I think it will be double digits. I think this horse will benefit. Horse to the outside. The name's escaping me, Stan. Let's go take a look. What's her name again?
That's all right.
Come on, I got it. My fingers get a little bit thawed out. Stormy Mama. Stormy Mama in the last is going to be the horse to blow it up.
All right. Annette Eubanks, she's having a good meet with the long shots. Let's take a look. Hey, Willie, late October here at Laurel Park. This is what he likes to do, turning for home, going a mile. He's always in front. He's a 4-time winning beast at this 1 mile distance. All 4 of those wins coming here at Laurel Park. This was back on October 23rd. Now, this was at the 5,000 Never Won 3 lifetime level. Was claimed this day by trainer Mary Epler. She's your leading trainer. She does well enough first off the claim. Trust me. We get Alex Centron aboard. Centron winning a stake race yesterday. He's having a big weekend, one of the top riders here. Hey, Willie, when he's in front, turn over home going this 1 mile distance, he gets very brave, just like he did here in this race.
Yeah, he'll be tough. They've entered this horse a couple times in the A other than, and it was scratched out of that. Comes back here maybe to a softer spot, 7,500, draws the inside, has speed to his outside in Greek God. The interesting part will be the run into the turn. I know they don't want to dual develop. Neither horse wants that. So it'll be a cat and mouse game between Cintron and Pimentel, maybe through that opening 3/8 of a mile. I'm going to just put a line through Colfax's last race, Stan. Any of the other 4 or 5 races before that, he looks like the proven miler. We'll take the shot with the 4, Colfax.
Nice 7-year-old. He's made almost $250,000. He's also a 4-time winner at this distance. Likes to track here at Laurel Park. You get Malcolm Franklin up for Wayne Potts. So 1-4 for me. Keith has 4-1 there in race 5. That's a nice open 75 to kick off the late pick 5. Late pick 4 starts off here in race 6. Now, you remember, you hit the late pick 4 Saturday and Sundays here at Laurel Park. We'll give you an extra 2,000 Premier Player points. That's an extra $20 for saying nice job hitting the late pick 4 Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4, so they're claiming 7,500. Haven't won a race in 6 months, 6 furlongs on the main track. Let's take a look here at the 5, Cuddy Shark. This was back in late November here for the 5-year-old who loves it here at Laurel Park for Donnie Bart.
Well, we mentioned yesterday, Stan, that this double whammy race on November 28th was going to prove to be a key race, and we weren't disappointed. Strike and Spare at a good price. Risky Guy, another winner, comes out of there, and France Buckaroo, a decent third. Here's Cuddy Shark. He's down on the inside. He's got the lead, okay, and he made a nice little move there to get the lead. But Risky Guy and double whammy, just a little bit better right now. But Cuddy Shark, even down towards the worst part of the track, does not give up. I like the way he kicks on Willington. The old back class was kicking in there. He's held sway numbers-wise his last couple. I think he's got the good advantage. There's some speed in this race with Chicago Sun, ground control to the outside. Cuddy Shark gets the jump at the quarter pole and gets it done today.
Well, I think what you mentioned was key. He was down there on the inside
Yeah,
wrong
as
part
well.
of the racetrack there, and still held on for a good third against a tough starter allowance field. Maybe a little soft, well, definitely a little softer spot here today
no doubt.
against Beaton 75. So old class horse, Cuddy Shark. I have him in the top fray as well. We both like the 7 also a little bit as well. My Charming Clyde, this horse made almost $500,000. It has the back class. Just doesn't like to win here at Laurel Park. He's 0-for-8 here at Laurel.
He struggled, and Tiz Showbiz is a reclaim. The last time he was in the McMahon barn, he won with one for fun, had something left. I don't think this race is a whole lot tougher than that 2-back race on October the 9th, the Beaton Nickel.
All right, nice claimer there for the 7,500 to start the late pick 4. Nice maiden special weight for race 7, going a flat mile. Maiden special weight for Philly Mares 3 and up, and I have a 6-to-1 price play of the day here. Clairvoyant for trainer Mary Epler. This is another first off the claim for leading trainer Mary Epler today. 3-year-old daughter of Drosselmeyer. Yeah, she's taking a big step up from the maiden 10 to maiden special weight here, but we're going from an apprentice rider to a top rider, Alex Centron, top barn, and the last couple races, albeit for maiden 10, not that bad. The buyer speed figures puts her right here maybe in this race if she can step up a little bit for the new barn.
Yeah, Crook has shown a little bit life, the 2-back winner. She's going to have to run faster, Stan. A $110,000 purchase, a $10,000 claim, maybe looking at some breeding with this horse down the road for Clairvoyant. Barino, the blinkers come off, and I don't think I've ever seen a horse ridden as hard as Barino was ridden last time out. I think Stalks of Speed, Tis Our Time, is going to be the one to catch. She held on quite well, even down towards the inner part of the track on November 24th. I just don't know if she's going to get the mile distance. I think Barino wears her down late.
All right, I respect the connections there. Cal Lynch, Trevor McCarthy. I'll use the 6 in the exacta there. Nice maiden special weight there to kick off the late pick 3. Feature of the day here, race 8, Maryland bred allowance race for Philly Mares 3 and up, 6 furlongs on the main track, and boy, did Donnie Barr find a nice spot here. You know, he was excited when he saw this race in the condition book because Have Hope has been running very well against Open Allowance Company. 2 very good seconds against Open Allowance Company right here at Laurel Park. This horse 4 for 6 at Laurel with a couple wins. Alex Centron will get a nice stalking trip today. Have Hope finds easier company today and looks very tough to beat.
And I believe Donnie Barr's hoping the track stays the way it played yesterday. good post draw to the outside. Will stalk, will pounce. She just paired up these 70 buyer figures. Nobody kind of has run close to that. She rolls will run a little bit better, I do believe, than she did last time for John Hartzell. Was caught down inside. So 9.765 for me.
The 5 Claire's Dow, where you're getting a big-time class relief coming from Stakes Company to this Maryland Bred Allowance race. This horse is capable of better. Nice maiden win last winter, and then a decent third in the wide country last February. It kind of fell apart in the Caesar's Wish. She had a long break since then, came back in a tough race in that Safely Kept. Now second off the layoff for a good barn, Robin Graham. This daughter of Jumpstart could get back in good form today.
Sure. I mean, no real disgrace in the Safely Kept. You see that comment? Very wide, comma, belated. Okay? I mean, it showed a little bit of life late, needed that race. Claire's Dowry might need a little bit more speed, though, to set it up for her. That's my main concern. As I think Have Hope has that just little burst move on the turn. She's going to open up. They're going to have to grab her through the lane.
How about Craig Nicholson with his first-time starter at 22-1 last March here at Laurel? Jazz Jewel got the money. Then she's been tucked away since then, coming back off a layoff. A horse that was third in that race came back to win. We know the filly runs fresh, but a tough post for the comeback, and a lot tougher company today than that maiden 40. But good to see Craig Nicholson with a Shannon Watkins horse, former trainer Shannon Watkins there, the owner of the one Jazz Jewel. All right, one more minute here, one more race to go. Race 9, claiming 5,000 filly mares, never won 4, going 3/4. Let's take a look here. My top pick here, my best bet of the day. We have a video on the 11, Ballabusta from the Phil Schoenthal barn.
Yeah, Ballabusta, a little bit of early trouble standing this most recent one. It's paired up back-to-back wins, one at Penn, one here. And a little bit of a slow break for Ballabusta, and then kind of has to steady right there going to the 5/8 pole. You see highlighted in the circle, the kind of lighter white and blue, light blue. There's almost a check at the 5/8 pole, and then this filly is able to recover. She gets the best part of the racetrack, kind of circles rivals with a really nice move. Was enhanced by a duel. There will be some speed in this race, I believe, which is going to set it up for her again. That's why I also like the 10, Stormy Mama. That's got good guys. We're short on time, but she goes clear in that race to win by 2.5. She strung together 2 really good races for trainer Phil Schoenthal.
Ballabusta, my best bet of the day. That was a win on Thanksgiving Day. Phil Schoenthal won his first race ever on Thanksgiving Day, and then like 3 or 4 years after that. So see if Ballabusta keeps that sharp form. Lots going on here today. Live racing from Puerto Rico. We have the fantasy football pick 7 Sunday brunch. You can watch all the NFL games up there at the new sports bar. 2 carryovers, Rainbow Pick 6 and Late Pick 5. It's a little chilly, but come on out here, get inside and warm up here for a Sunday fun day at Laurel Park.
You got it. Good luck.
Good luck.